You're listening to Holy Lives, Inspiring Stories. This podcast is brought to you by Paulines Multimedia. Discover the saints. Be inspired to live like one.
Welcome to Holy Lives, Inspiring Stories. Today, we're talking about someone everyone seems to know, Saint Anthony of Padua.
Yes, the finder of lost things. I think everyone, at some point, has prayed that classic line, "Saint Anthony, please help me find my cheese."
Oh, definitely. I've prayed it more times than I can count. But the funny thing is, the more you learn about him, the more you realize that he helped people find far more than just their keys. He helped them find themselves again, their peace, their hope, even their faith.
Exactly. Anthony was really about helping people find their way back to God, back to what's real. And that's what makes his story so timeless.
Before all that, Anthony wasn't even planning to become famous or anything close to it. He was this quiet, thoughtful young man who just loved God deeply and wanted to serve him the best way he could.
Right, and I love how real that is. He started out studying, praying, doing ordinary things, but deep down he had this longing for something more. Like he knew there was a bigger adventure waiting for him with God.
And that something more came when he met the Franciscan friars, these poor, joyful men who lived simply and preached barefoot in the streets. That stirred something inside him. He wanted that kind of freedom, that total trust in God.
So he joined them, and for a while he was just another quiet friar doing dishes, sweeping floors, praying, nothing dramatic.
But I think that's the beautiful part. He wasn't chasing attention, he just lived faithfully. And when the right moment came, God revealed what was hidden in him.
That moment came kind of unexpectedly, right? During a big gathering, a preacher didn't show up, and someone had to fill in. They asked Anthony to say a few words, and, well, that changed everything.
Exactly. When he started to speak, everyone was stunned. His words had power, but also gentleness. It wasn't just knowledge, it was love. You could feel God speaking through him.
And that's when they realized this quiet friar wasn't so quiet after all. From then on, people flocked to hear him preach.
What I admire is that even when he became famous, he stayed humble. He didn't see himself as a big deal. He saw himself as a servant, a messenger of God's word.
That humility is what made his preaching so alive. He didn't try to impress anyone. He spoke straight to the heart about mercy, forgiveness, and God's love for the poor and forgotten.
And then there are those stories that make you smile, like the one about the fish.
Oh, yes. When people wouldn't listen to him, he went to the shore and preached to the sea. And they say the fish gathered and lifted their heads as if to listen.
It's such a powerful image, like creation itself recognized the voice of truth when human hearts refused to.
And then there's the story of the Eucharistic miracle, when a man doubted Jesus' presence in the Blessed Sacrament. Anthony told him to bring his hungry mule. He placed the Eucharist in front of the animal, and the mule knelt down instead of going to the food beside it.
That scene always gives me chills. Even creation bowed before its creator. And Anthony wasn't proving a point. He was showing that faith is real, that love is alive.
Yes, his whole life said that love isn't something you talk about, it's something you live. One of his most famous lines is, "Actions speak louder than words," and he truly lived that.
He preached with words, but even more with his life. You could see in him that holiness isn't about perfection. It's about letting God love through you.
That's why even after his death, people kept turning to him. And sure, they asked him to help find lost things, but often what they really found was peace, hope, direction.
Yes. Maybe that's why we all love St. Anthony, because we all lose things in life, don't we? Not just objects, but our patience, our joy, sometimes even our faith.
And through him, God helps us find our way back to what's most important.
So, what's the one thing from his life that really sticks with you?
For me, it's his courage to follow God's call. He didn't wait to have everything figured out. He just said yes, step by step.
That's beautiful. For me, it's his humility. He didn't chase greatness. He just loved quietly, and that love became his power.
You know, that's what I love about Holy Lives. We get to see that saints weren't superheroes. They were real people who let God turn their ordinary lives into something extraordinary.
Exactly. Their faith, their struggles, their triumphs, all of it helps us see how we too can live with purpose, compassion, and courage in our own world.
And St. Anthony reminds us that no matter how lost we feel, God is always near, searching for us, pulling us back, helping us find what's truly worth keeping.
Thanks for joining us today on Holy Lives, Inspiring Stories.
Discover the saints. Be inspired to live like one.